And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Bilskie back here with you. Welcome to another edition of Phillies Baseball here on the Bilskie channel. Glad to have you with me once again as we're getting set for Game 2 of this three-game series out at Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine, if you will. As you see there, left-hander veteran Francisco Liriano will take to the hill in a battle of left-handers against former Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw, who last time we saw him at Citizens Bank Park got rocked. Well, as we saw last night, this game is anything can happen, and as I said before, any team can beat any team on any given day. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. We're going to take a look at some moves that went down on the. I guess we'll just go right to the. We're going to do first pitch at 9:05 as scheduled, but I just wanted to bring up some transactions. If you were following on my Facebook page, which if you are, I certainly do appreciate it. In fact, as we speak, I'm actually throwing a link of this game up on the page right now. So hopefully those who are coming in late will catch this. As you see at the top of the list there on May the 19th, made a couple moves. We recalled Logan Forsythe from Double-A Reading. He had been really catching fire. Phillies picked him up over the offseason as a free agent acquisition. And we actually optioned Josh Harrison down to Double-A Reading as well. So, yeah, just going to get him some good quality time down there in the minors down in Reading. And he had not been, although I must say, his hitting needs a little work. However, the defensive portion of his game was actually very good, as we saw yesterday. He had flashed the leather a couple times there in that game last night. But yes, if you're just tuning in, we are live, and we are getting set for Game 2, as we're just going over a few things here before game time. Actually, just bear with me here. I'm actually posting this on the page as we speak. So there you can see, we also activated Jose Alvarez from the injured list. And actually, unfortunately, he's one of my personal favorites. He's a PA guy. Philly Phil Gosselin had to option him to AAA Lehigh Valley to make room for Jose. Saul Rivas was sent from AAA to Class A Clearwater to make room for Phil Gosselin. So those are just some of the news and notes on the team just overnight. I actually did that last night. I posted it again up on the page. So let's see. We got to go to the left-hander without DH. So as I mentioned yesterday, in the news and notes on the Facebook page, there was going to be a bit of a respite for JT. He had really not had a break over the last couple games. Sorry about the feedback there. He had not had very many breaks, so we inserted Andrew Knapp into the lineup to give him some time behind the plate and give JT a break. As you can see, Logan Forsythe is on the bench. We're going to go with this lineup here tonight. We kind of switched it around a little bit. As you see, Andrew McCutchen, the projected lineup here. Kutch is going to start off, lead off in left field. Gene Segura, Mean Gene, back on third base, will be batting second tonight. Bryce Harper, who homered last night, as well as Andrew McCutchen. In fact, they went back-to-back and scored the only 2 runs in the game last night against the Dodgers off of Mr. Bueller, Walker Bueller. Yeah, Bryce Harper, of course, batting third. Batting fourth, Rhys Hoskins looking to catch fire as some of the other guys in the lineup are Didi Gregorius moves up to the 5th spot. I decided to leave him in to face the left-hander just to get him some time. He had missed Sunday's game. He came in yesterday, got a hit. Looking for things for him tonight. Roman Quinn moves up to number 6. Scott Kingery batting 7th tonight. And, of course, Andrew Knapp batting 8th. He'll be behind the plate catching for the veteran left-hander Francisco Liriano. So, as you can see, the bench there, JT has the night off. We got Bruce Hazley, Neil Walker, and now Logan Forsythe in there, as I mentioned earlier, in place of Josh Harrison, who we optioned to Double-A Reading to really just work on his hitting. He had not been hitting at all, unfortunately. So we sent him down. But there's your lineup, and there's your matchup for tonight. It's going to be coming up in just a few moments. As we take a look at the standings, Phil's, even with that loss last night, and as I mentioned on the news and notes on the Facebook page, which you can see, it's Bilskie's Phillies season. If you look it up on Facebook, you're apt to see the page there. Give it a follow, give it a like. Appreciate, if you would, I would appreciate it. Phillies sit up the top of the roof still with 12 games up on the Marlins, 13 up on the Mets, 16.5 up on the Braves, and 19.5 games up on the Nationals. So, yeah. That's really it. As far as the, and again, also with the recalling of Jose Alvarez, he'll be back in the, you take a look at the rotation here. Now, Jake is still on the bench, but again, he's not active. I did not put him on the 10-day or actually he's by default on the 10-day, but I did not transfer him to the 15-day injured list yet. Ranger Suarez and now Jose Alvarez. Got to get some left-handers into that bullpen. Of course, Francisco Liriano, a long relief guy out of the bullpen, but with Jake on the injured reserve, so to speak, we had to insert Francisco into the rotation, and he will be going tonight. So, as you can see, Hector down there, if given the opportunity, he'll be looking for save number 20 tonight, if you can believe that. So with Francisco Liriano, I want to profile him for just a moment. Played for Pittsburgh last season. Was 5-3. Looks like with a 3.47 ERA. Pretty much up until now relegated to the bullpen as a long relief pitcher, but certainly, as I mentioned earlier in the season, he may have a chance for a spot start, and this is his chance. So he's going in there looking for win number 2 on the season. Of course, you see here the win that he had was in relief earlier in the season, and we're looking to hopefully get him a win tonight, as he will battle Clayton Kershaw tonight. Lefty versus lefty. So we're going to get this thing going as we're about at 9:02 Eastern Time. Get on in here. There you see the big fella, Rhys Hoskins. Hopefully he'll be swinging the bat and getting some big-time hits tonight. Yesterday they just could not get anything going. No matter where I hit it, no matter where the ball was hit, it was either caught or ground out or strike out or something. And it wasn't again until, and of course, I keep forgetting Didi Gregorius had a hit in there in the early going, but it wasn't until the back-to-back home runs with Kutch and Harper that put the only 2 runs on the board for the Phils. As yes, there is your starting lineup tonight. As you see, Andrew McCutchen, who is really on fire and now the league leader in batting average. So far this season, the Phillies have ruled the roost as far as batting average is concerned, and now it's Kutch's turn to rule the roost. He'll be leading off, playing left field, batting second. The third baseman, Mean Gene Segura, batting third. Of course, the league's leading home run hitter, and Bryce Harper. He'll be batting third, playing right field. The big fella, Rhys Hoskins, in the cleanup spot, playing first base. Didi Gregorius, batting fifth, playing shortstop. the center fielder Roman Quinn. And at that sixth spot, second baseman Scott Kingery batting seventh, batting eighth, the catcher Andrew Knapp, and of course batting ninth and pitching Francisco Liriano. No. I don't think we're going to replace anybody. I think we're just going to keep it the way it is. We're going to skip that. So, yeah, Phil's looking for win number 40 tonight. On the season, it's Kutch, Segura, Harper, Hoskins, Gregorius, Quinn, Kingery, Knapp, and Liriano is your starting nine. And there, Francisco Liriano getting his first start of the season, his first official start, looking for his second win as we take you now to Dodger Stadium for Phillies baseball on this Tuesday night.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The two men you see there go head-to-head coming up next. Clayton Kershaw, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't very good. Knocked out after 3 innings and took the loss. They're expecting much more from him, and he needs to get off to a flying start in this one.
Now at the plate, Andrew McCutchen. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
The left fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fouled off.
First pitch, 7-10.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Dan Dero, you check out this Dodger team as they enter play here tonight. They've come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
Yeah, Matty, the first game of any series is super important. You have a chance to set the tone, whether it's 3-game set or a 4-game set. You take the first one, you put that other team on their heels.
To first, reined in. A shuffle over to Kershaw covering to record the out. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. Dero, tell us about this lineup as they try to force a rubber match in the series.
Are we still a big believer in batting average, Matty? In today's game, I'm more interested in the OPS number. But that's not to take anything away from this offense. They lead the league in batting average, and what that tells me is they're getting a lot of guys on base. There's a lot of guys with some good approaches and good plans today. See if that leads to a bunch of runs.
Gene Segura comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And now a pitch on the way. A little chilly but not unbearable tonight. 55 degrees here at first pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Bellinger's under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting third.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up Bryce Harper. First delivery to him on the way. Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against them.
Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
Pitcher's got options here. He looked a little bit out front. Might be able to rush a fastball by him.
1-2. Here it comes. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Dan, this is an offensive player's dream to have Carl Dixon behind the dish. He is tight on the corners.
He is, D-Row, and listen, he makes you bring the ball into the strike zone. Normally, high scoring of games when Carl's behind the dish.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Another try at 2-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. Francisco Liriano will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, we're looking at a guy that knows how to pitch. Last year, his ERA was just under 3.5 for the season. And I would imagine going into the offseason, he's looking to better that. And hopefully he gets off to a good start. And we'll see if that starts in this one today.
Stepping into the box, Justin Turner. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now here's the pitch. The fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come into this one looking to make amends for a loss last time out that put an end to a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah, guys, dropping yesterday was a heartbreaker without question. But you know what? You find a way. You show up to the yard today, you get out of the cab, and you watch countless hours of video, and you try and formulate a game plan to get this back to 500. 1-1 to start the road trip, and you're moving in the right direction.
And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Batting second, not shortstop.
Now in the box, Corey Seager. Lifetime against this particular arm. He's 1 for 3. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Oh and 1. Here it comes. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1.
That's a great pitch for a spot like that. It looks like a strike that it just comes in out of the zone. If you can command that with movement, it's a very effective pitch to pitching hitters inside.
1 out, nobody on. Hard hit ball to second. Kingery's there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting third, the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Into the box now, Mookie Betts. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. A ball and no strikes. Ball 2 now. Three and 0 now.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away.
Batting fourth.
So here's Cody Bellinger, and he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The 1-1. Fouled away. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Dodgers leave 1. Still no score. And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins, looking for better results than last night when he went 0 for 4 in that one. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. Hoskins absolutely hammers left-handed pitching. There's a lot of pop in his swing for sure, but if there's one criticism of his bat, it's that he doesn't put the ball in play enough in these situations. Seems like hitters like this are more and more common these days.
Yeah, Matty, you can't fault these guys today for the swing and miss. In today's game with so many shifts, there are no hits to be had on the ground. But when this guy does connect against left-handed pitching, it is fun to watch.
Another 0-2 coming. Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
That is good. The shortstop.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And here's the left-handed hitting shortstop Didi Gregorius now. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he lays off there 1-0.
He's a veteran out on that mound. He understands he has to establish that inside fastball to open up the outer half of the plate.
The 1-0 is a missed drag bunt attempt for a strike.
Trying to make something happen there with a drag bunt. Couldn't get it down, but I like that he waited a pitch to give it a try. Sometimes that will back the defense up a bit if they're anticipating it on the first pitch of an AB.
Bellinger is right there, and that's out number 2.
That is good.
So digging in now, Roman Quinn. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. Betts has a read on it, and that retires the side. Phillies down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And that'll bring up the versatile Max Muncy. He went deep in the contest last night.
The first baseman.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
Now it's 2-0. Two and one after the foul ball there. And the pitch.
He walked the guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
Full count now, 3-2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. A bouncer to the left side, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So the Dodgers get their leadoff hitter on base to kick off the inning.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
And that misses ball 1. Line to the right side. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
Time to take a look at the Philly D. Let's spot shadow Bryce Harper, and why wouldn't we? He's only one of the best players in the game. He puts it on the line every night in the field and at the plate.
Into the box now, Kike Hernandez. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Muncy, base runner at first with 1 out. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. There to take it in is McCutchen now for route number 2.
Batting 8. The catcher.
Standing in, Will Smith. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike. Bottom of the second here with no score. Into right field, that's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
You can't teach that, Matty. The ability for a right-handed hitter to shoot a ball through the 3-4 hole, unmatched.
In now, Clayton Kershaw, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. 2-0.
And this guy can hit a little bit too, so you just can't lay one in there 2-0.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
3-1 the count now. The 3-1 pitch. Hit down the line at first. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple. Will move to the third with no score. And in steps Scott Kingery. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Now the pitch. Hit back up the middle. And the Phillies are into the hit column. Bellinger fields cleanly.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Standing in now, Andrew Knapp. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 2 for him on the year as the Phillies have taken a 2-0 lead.
You don't see this very often off of this starting pitcher. This guy's not used to giving up some bombs, so I'm sure that'll be a wake-up call, and he'll start throwing some better pitches.
At the plate now, Francisco Liriano. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Driven the other way, but caught down at third. And that becomes the first out of the inning. And with that, there you get a look at what's happening in the race in the National League West. So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the former National League MVP, Andrew McCutchen. First pitch on its way. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Slapped hard the opposite way. Betts is right there as he takes it for the second out.
The third baseman, number 2.
And that'll bring up Gene Segura. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First offering on its way. Outside with the fastball. That's 1-0. Line drive to left. Pollock is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the third coming up. It's now 2-0 Philly. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Justin Turner.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
The windup and the 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. McCutchen is under it, makes the play, 1 away. And with that, we give you a look at what's happening in the NL East race.
Seager.
In now, Corey Seager. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball laid off well below the knees.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Slow grounder to first. Hoskins grabs it cleanly, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up Mookie Betts. A ball and no strikes.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the time run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-1 now to Mookie. Grounded back up the middle. Gregorius is there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. They're down 2-0. Here's Bryce Harper now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And it's fouled away. The 1-1 is laid off for ball 2. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
Can't keep that one fair, and now the count's full. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Ball one to start the at-bat. Here's the 1-0. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Kershaw will slide one over to first, and he'll get back in safely. Harper running from first. And he steps off, and he can't get back in time, and he is out at first. So 1-1.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Sliced hard on the ground. Fielded cleanly. A shuffle over to Kershaw covering to record the out.
Now back, the shortstop, Gregorius.
2 are gone in the Philly fourth, and that'll bring up Didi Gregorius. First pitch of the at-bat. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Oh, what a stop on the slide. Not in time. That was a big-time stab. There was just too much speed getting down the line. Stepping in now, Roman Quinn, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he fouls this one off. He's running. Hit on the ground to short. Scooped up. Throw on to Muncy, gets him, and with that they'll end the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Digging in to try it again, Cody Bellinger. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. First offering on its way. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Fouled off.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
And a check swing here. Quick appeal, but Joe McDonald says he held off. It's ball 1. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out.
First baseman, Max Muncy.
Into the box, Max Muncy, 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now the pitch. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. And it's 1-2.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
The left fielder, number 11, A.J. Pollock.
Coming to the plate now, A.J. Pollock hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
Lifted down the line in left. And that's going to land foul. 2 out, nobody on. And here's one that's taken for a ball. It's now 2-1 to the Dodger left fielder. 2-2. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Dodgers down in order. They trail it here 2-0. Striding in, Scott Kingery. He reached on a single in his first try.
The second baseman, Scott Kingery.
Here it comes. Back to work now is Kershaw as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
A ball and a strike now. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Yanked on the ground down the line, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Hernandez onto the grass. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. So striding forward now, Andrew Knapp. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
And that's been the entire offense so far in this one. They've been shut down other than that.
First pitch here misses wide. 1-0. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
I wonder if that homer rattled him a little bit. He's certainly a little bit more cautious against him this time around.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Oh, look at the sliding stop. It's there, and he's out.
Up next for Philadelphia.
Settling in now, Francisco Liriano. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Let's slow this one down and take another look. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the left field line. You see him take that inside route to the ball. His hands stay back, and he goes oppo to find himself at second.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now.
He swings and sends it in the air to right center field.
And that's going to fall for a base hit. And a relay to the plate. And he is safe at the plate, and the lead is now 3-0.
Hey, with that base hit right now, the lead's 3-0. And the way their pitcher is going, D-Row, that might hold up in this one.
Yeah, and you're well aware of it, Dan, as an offense, just trying to put those extra runs across the board. You can take a look at the guy on the slab, toeing the slab. He's on fire right now.
Gene Segura standing in. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one.
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
High set by Kershaw. Now the pitch. Swing and a liner. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
That was actually a well-executed fastball in off the plate. Credit the offensive player. He smelled that coming, turned and burned.
And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and two gone here in the fifth. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good pitch there. Had him a little out in front. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now, as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. This is on the ground over to first. Reined in. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Home half of the fifth coming up. Phillies on top, 3-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with Dave Roberts, the Dodgers skipper, about his lineup's performance so far. And flat out, he told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
High in the air out to center field. Quinn is there, and he has it for the first out. So still nothing against him on the scoreboard here in the fifth as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA. And we find that this pitching staff currently leads the NL in that department. Digging in now, Will Smith, a base hit in his first trip. Here's the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they've even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Chris Taylor will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Taylor.
Boy, and good pop to the fastball there from Liriano. Strike 1.
Quite an interesting outing up to this point as we head into the middle innings. He's pitching quite well, but you look at his first pitch strike percentage, less than 40%. That's going to be something he's going to need to clean up moving forward.
Fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Man, that's one of those. How could you not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. 2 out, nobody on. And he lays off, ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Justin Turner. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Count now, a ball and a strike. A runner on first with 2 away. A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Sometimes you got to tip your cap. The pitcher spotted his pitch down in the zone right there below the knee. Offensive player was all over it.
Here's Corey Seager. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. 4th home run for him on the season. And the Dodgers have come back to tie it at 3.
Looking at that pitch again, you can see he just flat out missed his location. You put that pitch right there, and he's going to tattoo it. Now we're all tied up again, starting this thing all over.
So that'll bring in Mookie Betts. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Liriano into his motion. Here's the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 3 runs already home here. popped him up. Segura in foul ground. And the inning is over. But the Dodgers strike for 3, all courtesy of the 3-run home run. Through 5 innings, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Dustin May is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Number 85.
All set for the start of the inning. Ready for another shot now. Rhys Hoskins. A line out and a ground ball for an out on his line so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Low for ball 1. Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff man's aboard in their half of the 6th inning.
You'll only see about 10 of these pitches a year. The changeup on a tee in the middle of the plate. But tip your hat to the batter right there. He did not come unglued, stayed within himself, and drove it for a base hit.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1.
Might have to change your game plan in the box right here. If he's going to pound away, might have to work the opposite field.
This is on the ground over to first. One there, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out. So that one wasn't quite hit sharply enough to turn 2.
Yeah, choppers like that make it really tough. You can't make the ball get to you much faster, so the key is making sure you field it cleanly and at least get 1, which they did there.
And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. He's set, and the pitch. This is pulled into right. Betts is there, and he'll bring this one in.
The batter number 10. Second baseman.
At the plate, Scott Kingery. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Liner towards second. And that'll get down for a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Now back. Catcher.
To the plate now, Andrew Knapp. He swings and grounds it to short. He's got it. Throw on to first is in time, and the Phillies are turned away. They get nothing out of this situation as the inning is over. Phillies leave a couple. On to the bottom of inning number 6, tied 3 apiece. Ready once again, Cody Bellinger. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
The center fielder, Cody.
Nick Pivetta enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching for the Phillies. Number 43, Nick.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Now a foul tip that's held onto at the plate, and the count moves to 1-2 now.
Go to that well one more time. He's been late on the first 2.
A knuckle curve there, and he thought he had him, but it's 2-2. And it's fouled away. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
Next up is Max Muncy, as he'll take a look at ball one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. That's inside. 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Strike 2 called, and it's even at 2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
So now to the plate, A.J. Pollock. Line towards center field. Quinn will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. 6 innings are in the books. Score holds at 3-3. Adam Hazley is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7.
Adam Hazley.
Popped him up. Hernandez shading to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Up next for Philadelphia.
Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Andrew McCutchen. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Bellinger looking up. Gone! It's a solo shot off the bat of Andrew McCutchen. Career number 247 as they take the lead 4-3.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do, and he's going to make you pay for it, just like he did.
Up next for Philadelphia.
Into the box now, Gene Segura. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now. 2-0.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
Bellinger is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
The right field, number 3. Bryce Harper.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Betts to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. A solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper, number 18 for him on the campaign, and it's now 5-3.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Ross Stripling will get the ball here as he looks to get the final out in the top of the 7th.
Number 68. Ross Stripling.
In now, Rhys Hoskins.
The first baseman.
As he'll try and hold off the swing, but this one's in there for strike 1. One ball and one strike to the Phillies first baseman. There's a foul ball off to the right side, and that'll move the count to 1-2.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Gotta find a way to keep his hands back.
And another foul ball. Hit hard towards the hole. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Throw on to Muncy gets him, and with that, they'll end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Phillies lead this one 5-3. Blake Parker gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Now to the plate, Kike Hernandez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And it's quickly 0-2. Curveball got him swinging for the first out.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and it backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
At the plate now, Will Smith. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
After falling down 0-2 on the same pitch, don't be shocked if he triples up on it.
1 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Gavin Lux will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
Dodgers down in order. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Scott Alexander has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Ready to begin the 8th. Stepping in, Didi Gregorius. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First delivery to him on the way. And a check swing here. Quick appeal, but Joe McDonald says he held off. It's ball 1. A 1-0 delivery. A bouncer to the left side. And this is going to find its way into left for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard to start the 8th.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
D-Road, he's been locked in from day 1 of this season. It's continuing right now. Anything that is around the strike zone, he feels he can get the barrel to it, and he continues to hit line drives.
And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Alexander has seen his role change with those one-batter lefty specialists going the way of the dodo as a part of MLB's pace of play initiatives. Lifted in the air out to center field. Bellinger's under it. 1 out.
Now that second baseman, Scott Kingery.
Stepping up now, Scott Kingery. He singled his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. They'll extend their lead here as the runner scores from first.
Hey, D-Roll, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
Andrew Knapp will stride in, but first we take you back to the 3rd as you take another look here at his 2-run homer that had him rolling early on. From the stretch. Here's a swing and a long drive high in the air and deep to center field. And off the batter's eye for a home run. An impressive shot to dead center field. 2-run shot to straightaway center, his 2nd of the game, as they open it up to 8-3. Blake Trinan will come on in relief here and appear in game number 25 on the year so far. Jay Bruce will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside. 1-0. The pitch. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now. On deck, there's Andrew McCutchen. He'll hit next. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
Here's the payoff pitch. Chopper to short. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The left field, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
So the Phillies batting order turns over and set to go. Andrew McCutchen. He went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at-bat. That last at-bat, that was a changeup he hit for a home run. I'm going to see if this time they don't go to more fastballs and curveballs.
Pollock is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the Phillies 8 and the Dodgers 3. Sir Anthony Dominguez is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Standing in, Justin Turner. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And that's in there for strike 1. Dominguez is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
So stepping in, Corey Seager. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. That misses. 2-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that's in there, 2-1.
Hey, this guy's got an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. There was a time when 89 was a pretty good fastball.
All even now, 2-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Here's Mookie Betts. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. No hits to this point. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning.
1-2-3 go the Dodgers. Can't make any headway into an 8-3 deficit. All set to start the 9th in this one. Digging in, Gene Segura. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for Logan Forsythe. Will try to get his club a little 9th inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. One and one. Two and one. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Trouble waiting on deck as Bryce Harper hits next. The 3-1. Now a ground ball to Seager at short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The right fielder, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Striding in once again, Bryce Harper. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Betts has a read on it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Rhys Hoskins. He was a ground out victim last time up. First offering on its way. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Back goes Betts at the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Logan Forsythe remains in the game, playing third after entering the game as a pinch hitter in the previous half inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Swing, and he pops him up. Forsythe in foul ground, but this will land untouched. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Another one sent foul. Ready with another 0-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. The next 0-2.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His third punch out of the game.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
At the plate, Max Muncy, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. That evens it up 1-1. And the pitch. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Well, he's really rolling on the mound right now. All you have to do is look at the last 4 hitters for evidence. All 4 of them have gone down on strikes, as you're seeing here. That's not easy to do, so you know he's got to be pretty dialed in out there.
Into the box, A.J. Pollock, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Popped him up. And he'll make the final out to put an end to this one, and the Phillies have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
8-3 tonight. Philadelphia rack up a division-leading 40th victory of the season. Nick Pivetta claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
And, of course, you can follow the Phillies season going on here on the Bilskie's Phillies season on Facebook. And, wow, I would credit Dominguez with a save. He pitched 6 scoreless outs, striking out at least 5 batters. Nick Pivetta gets the win out of the pen. Couldn't get Francisco Liriano really off the schneid. He let up that home run, but things like that happen. But a lot to unpack here. We're going to go right to the replay. We're going to take a look at some of the action that went down earlier on, including this one, which opened up the scoring with Andrew Knapp, who got the start in place of JT tonight, and he took the opportunity right away as he deposits that one in the hometown bullpen out there, making it 2-0 there in the 3rd inning. And then Kutch comes up, RBI single here, making it 3-0. That is in the top half of the 5th, just over the reach of the second baseman there. Phil's offense was cooking tonight, but here is where the Dodgers made it interesting as they tie it in the bottom of the 5th as Corey Seager homers to right off of Francisco Liriano. Kind of felt bad for the guy. He started really trying to get his groove on there as far as his command, but not that time as Kutch breaks the tie here with his 14th home run of the season as he goes yard here out to right center field, out of here. Home run in the top half of the 7th, making it 4-3. And he got all that one. And Bryce, number 17 on the season, as he deposits this one, easy for me to say, into the Los Angeles night there, making it 5-3. But that wasn't all, as the Phillies would go on to yet contribute more runs to the cause as Kingery here knocks a run in. And yeah, I got to give Francisco Liriano a little credit. They didn't show it, but he actually got a hit and actually scored. But here's the story of the night right here. Andrew Knapp, his 2nd home run of the night, a second 2-run home run, making it 8-3, and that's all the Phillies would need to take Game 2 of this series, as that would end up being your final. As Sir Anthony Dominguez comes in, and as you see the final out here, as A.J. Pollock pops out to the big fella, Rhys Hoskins there at first base. And Phil's turn it around as they are now tied a game apiece, as you heard Matt Vasgersian say. But there's your man right there. What a game for Andrew Knapp. Doesn't get a lot of starts, but he got the opportunity tonight, and he took full advantage of it. 2 for 4, two-run home runs, knocking in 4, scoring himself. And again, I got to give it to Francisco Liriano. He had some shutout ball going on there. He got a little shaky there in the 5th inning as Los Angeles went out and tied it. But before that, he contributed to his own scoring cause as he got a hit and scored on the RBI by Scott Kingery. That would be in the 3rd inning. So, you know, that I got to give it to him. But overall, the Phillies bullpen also should get some props here, as Nick Pivetta came in. Had a couple other guys more out of the bullpen. You may have seen Alvarez, who I just took off the injured list. But there's your man right there, Andrew Knapp. Of all the players that I didn't expect to contribute, he was the contributor. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, both 2-run home runs. And the Phillies, and I just won a classic. Okay. Yeah. So the Phillies win this one by a score of 8-3. And Nick Pivetta gets credited with his first win out of the bullpen since coming back from AAA Lehigh Valley, since being recalled. Who knows if Jake the Snake does not come off the injured list. He is on there for at least 10 days. Hopefully he'll be in there for the Mets series coming up next week. But we shall see. Nick Pivetta did some good work out of the bullpen tonight, being credited with the win. Of course, Sir Anthony Dominguez in there, really nailing it down, getting 6 outs. I certainly would have credited him with the save if there was one. Getting 6 outs and striking out so many batters was not easy. But there you go. Nick Pivetta the win. Dustin May gets credited with the loss. So Liriano, your starters, Liriano and Clayton Kershaw, both not figured in the decision, as when both pitchers left the game was tied. But we look to tomorrow as Zach Eflin looking for win number 6. And he will be opposed by Julio Urias, looking for his 4th win this season. Let's see, what do we have here? I don't know what all this is. Just apparently I've completed some levels, I guess. But speaking of 40, I saw that number there. How about the Phils? 40 wins in this young season. Phil's now 40-8 as they once again rebound from the loss last night, as they are now 40-8. Never thought that would happen, but here we are. But tomorrow is another game, as I said. Some work from the bullpen tonight. Got to give it to them. They pretty much held the Dodgers at bay. Pretty much a bullpen game for both teams, if I'm honest. But I'm happy for Andrew Knapp. In fact, while my son was down here watching this, I actually made a promise that if Andrew Knapp was to homer again, then he would get the start tomorrow, and I am a man of my word. Andrew Knapp will find himself back behind the plate tomorrow in the rubber match, as he will catch for Zach Eflin. That battery has worked together before. I've had Andrew Knapp behind the plate for Zach Eflin. Usually winds up working out to be on a Sunday, but in this case, going to be a Wednesday evening. And that man has earned it. And he will be back behind the plate tomorrow night to catch for Zach Eflin. So I'm going to make that note right now. You saw Logan Forsythe make an appearance. Probably going to put him in the starting lineup tomorrow at third base just to give Mean Gene a break. I was going to do it tonight, but I figured, you know what, maybe he's due. He did have a few hits, I think, if I remember correctly. But I do plan on getting Logan Forsythe some time in tomorrow's game, and he might just be starting at third base. So, yeah, that's it. I guess that's it for now. Again, we looked at tomorrow. We're going to go back to the calendar. Tomorrow we see Zach Eflin versus Julio Urias. So we will look for Game 3 tomorrow. Of course, we got an off day on Thursday before the Phils head out to Denver from Los Angeles. And a Memorial Day weekend set with the Colorado Rockies. The first time, at least in this ballpark at Coors Field. I'm assuming it's still called Coors Field. Pretty sure it is. They haven't lost their sponsorship yet. So it's the first time the Phils will be traveling to the Mile High City to face the Colorado Rockies. But tomorrow, it's the rubber match. Should be interesting to see how this thing pans out. Once again, a very competitive series. The St. Louis was a competitive series. Obviously, the Dodgers series at home was, for the most part, with the exception of the first game, back a week ago today, as a matter of fact. Phillies only won by 3. Well, tonight they won by 5. And then would go on to win the second game by 9. And the Thursday game by 8. So, hey, like I said, anything can happen. Usually does. So tomorrow, hopefully, Zach Eflin can pull off the win in Game 3 of this series. Certainly appreciate you guys tuning in as you normally do. Once again, the Phillies, your winners, as they defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers by a final score of 8-3, now improving their record to 40-8. The Los Angeles Dodgers now 26-21 on the season. So, for everybody here, which is me, and everybody here at the Bilskie channel here on YouTube, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching Phillies baseball. Certainly do appreciate you tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow night for more Phillies baseball. Have a good night, everybody.